friends. Thank you for deciding to join me today for some breathing and some movement, some chair breathing and movement. For today, if you'd like, you can grab some blocks or you can grab a stack of books, possibly a strap or a belt. We'll see where it goes. Anyway, my name is Mindy and I am an ACE certified personal trainer and ACE certified health coach. I've been working in the fitness industry for a really long time, for over 20 years. I've taught yoga over the years and I am trauma sensitive yoga trained and certified. Let's go ahead and get started with our movement and breathing today. You want a chair that you can have space with, and that is supportive. But we're going to start in the middle of the chair today. So go ahead and find the center of the chair so that your back isn't up against it. We'll use a little bit of strengthening of our core just by having the back away from the chair. And just by having to sit up tall, that fully engages that core. And so we're using that, we're lifting the chest, and let's plant our feet firmly into the floor. Sit it up tall. Let's gently drop that chin towards the chest, and then lift that head up to center, and take our eyes towards the sky. Bring that head back to neutral, and let's look over to the right, and then to the left. Let's take that back from the beginning. Drop that chin to chest, and head to center, eyes to sky. Head back to neutral, look to the right, and look to the left. Bring that head back to neutral again. Let's drop that right ear towards the right shoulder. You can release your arms by your side. I love the heaviness of those arms. Let's take that right hand and place it just gently above that left ear. Just a gentle, tiny, gentle pressure. You don't want to be pulling it over, just gentle pressure, especially because our muscles are still a little cold. Bring that head back to center. Good. Let's drop that left ear towards the left shoulder. Left hand comes up and just gently above that right ear, gentle pressure. And bring that head back to neutral. Drop our chin to chest. Lift head center, eyes to sky. Head back to neutral, looking to the right, looking to the left. Back to center, drop right ear, and drop right shoulder. Left ear, left shoulder. Good, let's do a few half circles. So let's drop that chin to chest, take ear to shoulder, chin back to chest, and other ear to shoulder. So just a few half neck circles here. And if you're doing this for trauma work, be kind of just vigilant, aware of how your body's feeling today. Good, lift that head back to center. Very nice. Let's go ahead and inhale, sweep our arms up, a nice deep inhale. And then exhale, press that down. And again, inhale, lift this up. Let's drop our left hand to the outside of our right thigh. Right hand is going to reach behind that chair. You can either reach for the top of the chair or the seat of the chair. And again, if you are doing this for trauma work today, be aware of how your body is feeling. Listen to your body and respect where it wants to go today. As always, if there's any triggers, anything that's painful, maybe take a breath, take a moment to center yourself, to bring yourself, to ground yourself back to the present. And then if you decide to, you can keep going with the movement. Let's bring this back to center. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale and press this down. And again, inhale and sweep this up. Let's go ahead and drop our right hand across. Left hand reaches either for the top of the chair or the seat of the chair. Now this chair, it's a yoga chair. I think you can look it up on Amazon under yoga chairs. And it's actually got a piece that attaches to it right here so I can lay backwards on it. It's actually a pretty cool little chair, and I got it refurbished so it was like half the price. So if you're ever like, I need a chair that has the open sides and has the open back, then I got this on Amazon. You can check it out there. And bring this back to center, back to neutral. Let's roll those shoulders back and roll that forward. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Now, if your mobility won't let your arms go up, feel free when we inhale to bring this here and exhale and press this down. So go ahead and find out wherever it works for you, inhaling and then exhaling. Good, let's do that one more time. Wherever your arms will go, inhale and exhale. Good, we're gonna do a few seated sun salutations as we continue to warm up the body. That's why I have the blocks here for support. I'm going to take the blocks on the tallest height, and you can scoot yourself back a little bit more now. We've got the blocks right here, and we're going to be folded forward. If you need to use anything here, a pillow, blankets, whatever you need, if you need space between your belly and thighs, if it's triggering or if it's painful, then you can go ahead and find something to put there. You can always also have a pillow behind you if needed. So let's inhale and sweep those arms to where they're comfortable. And then let's dive this down and over, taking our hands right to those blocks. Our feet are pressed into the floor. If you want to do a bit of an inversion today, you can go ahead and drop that head down lower than those knees, or looking at those knees. So that head is slightly lower than the heart. So you have that bit of inversion going on. Let's inhale, flatten through those hands, lengthen through the spine. So think about the tailbone pointed down to the chair, crown of the head lifting up towards the ceiling. And then release this. Inhale, press against those blocks, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, release. Let's add in some arms. Inhale and sweep those arms to where you're comfortable. And then exhale, dive it down and over. Good. Inhale, lengthen through that spine. Exhale and release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, lengthen through that spine. Exhale and release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Bring our hands to prayer. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, sit up tall. Hands stay at heart. Let's hinge this forward. We're going to do a slight twist. Now your twist may be that elbow going right there to that thigh, or you might be able to take that tricep to that thigh. So we've got a nice seated spinal twist. It's our first twist of our movement today. And breathing in this twist, you can feel that nice deep breath in that low back and that rib cage. And bring this back to neutral. Let's sweep our arms up, dive this down and over. Inhale, lengthen through that spine, tailbone pointed down, and then release. Inhale, sweep our arms up, bring our hands back to prayer. Let's bring this back to heart and hinge this forward. This time, let's take that left elbow either to the thigh or the tricep to the thigh, but making sure that that knee and that elbow, there's no pressure there. So we want the elbow to the thigh or right there to the tricep to the thigh. Or if that's not available, always feel free to be just twisting like this, especially if you have a blanket right here, because you might not have enough space to make that full twist. So breathing in this nice twist. And you can feel that release of tension in the low back, mid back, in those traps, those lats. This breathing and this movement, so good for grounding, so good for bringing yourself back to the present, so good for beginning to engage that nervous system, that autonomic nervous system. Bring ourselves back to center. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Dive this down and over. Inhale, lengthen through spine. Hold this here. You can exhale while we're holding. Press our right hand into that block. Let's take our left hand to our lowest rib. Another twist here. Twisting is so good. Good for that mobility, but again, also good for releasing tension and stress, especially when you add in that deep breath. Engaging that nervous system, that vagus nerve. If you've got any tension going on, any mental stuff going on, maybe you had flashbacks earlier and you need something to ground yourself, something to bring yourself back to neutral, back to center, to lower that adrenaline. Bring ourselves back to center. Relax this here just for a moment. A little bit of an inversion. head lower than the heart. Let's inhale, lengthen through the spine. Hands go back to the blocks. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Holding this here, you can exhale. Take our left hand to the top of that block. Let's take our right hand to our lowest rib and twist open to this other side. Now, if you're finding that you might be able to twist better on one side than the other, no worries. That is part of this work. That is why we do this, is to try and balance out both sides of the body. In everyday life, we tend to just naturally use one side more than the other, especially if you're driving a lot or if you're getting in your car. If you think about it, go ahead and release this back into forward fold. Round our spine, bring ourselves up nice and tall. Roll our shoulders back. If you think about it, you're getting in your car. You're always getting in your car one specific way, getting in your car, getting out of your car. So that's why we do this, is to balance everything out. You have one part of your day where you're using both sides of your body the same way. Let's inhale and sweep our arms up again. Let's dive this down and over. Let's lengthen through the spine, crown of the head lifting, and then release this forward fold. Round that spine up and roll our shoulders back. Let's do that one more time. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Dive this down and over. Lengthen through that spine. Inhale. Exhale and release and round that spine up. Roll our shoulders down and back. Very nice. Let's do a little bit of leg work and then we'll move into some relaxation and then you can be done for today. So let's go ahead and take our right leg and give yourself the chair, the seat of the chair. If you can take your left leg off to the side, actually go ahead and just bend that for right now. So you've got that right leg up. If this is not available to you on the chair, feel free to take yourself down onto the mat and scoot yourself up against the wall, because that'll give you some support. So we've got ourselves lifted up nice and tall. Let's take our hands, take hands right to the left thigh, inner thigh of that right leg. Sit it up tall, hinge forward slightly here. This is such a good inner hip thigh stretch. If this is very triggering for you, then you can feel free to put that down and maybe go right like this. So you're just getting that nice, but the legs are a little bit wide to open up those hips. I know that that can be very sensitive, very triggering position, but know that this is safe, especially if you're by yourself. Find yourself in a safe space. If you need to put on like extra clothes or put blankets around you, always find things that help you feel like you and make you feel safe in the space that you're at. You deserve that. You deserve that safety, and you deserve that ability to do what is comfortable for your body and what helps support your body to become stronger. Let's set this up tall, and let's go ahead and take our left hand again to that right thigh, and let's twist a little deeper in this twist right here. Inhale deep, and let that air out. Bring this back to center. Very good. Let's release our right leg. So release that down. Let's do the same thing on our left side. So if you can bring that leg up, or if you're down on the ground, let's go ahead and take our hands, place them right there on our thighs, inner thigh, top of thigh, sit this up tall, and begin to kind of hinge this forward. See, you can have your foot out to the side, or if you want it front, it just depends often on people's angles, like the ankles, how it feels most comfortable. So right here, you're just in a natural, comfortable position. If your hips start to cramp, then you can just release it for a moment and then bring yourself back to that forward hinge, just opening the hips, outer thighs, inner thighs in a very safe way. And then go ahead and sit this up tall. Let's take our right hand to our left thigh, reaching behind. Let's do a breath here. Inhale. And then exhale. And again, inhale. And exhale. Bring this back to center, back to neutral. Let's release our leg down. Taking our blocks out in front of us, we're going to take ourselves away from the chair. So we're going to stand up. Let's press our feet into the floor. Take our hands to our blocks and let's lift our glutes up off of the chair till we're in a standing forward fold. So press our hands, lift our glutes up, and those legs may need a second or two to just
lengthen, relax that head and neck. So now you've got that forward fold and you've got that wonderful inversion right here. So head again is lower than the heart. Give your hamstrings some time. And then very slowly, let's roll this up one vertebrae at a time and roll our shoulders down and back. Good. You can move that chair. Let's take that chair, move that off to the side. Grab one of your blocks, have that close. We're going to take ourselves down onto the floor. Our legs up onto the chair. Let's do a little bit more of inversion, and your inversion might be right here like this, and that is wonderful, perfect. This is great to do. You can do this for the next few minutes. Or if you'd like to go further, you can take that block and we're going to take this block underneath our sacrum. So our sacrum is that lower back, upper glute area. So the pelvic bone right there. Taking our hands down. Now this may be good for you. Or you may want to go into a supported shoulder stand. And just holding this for a few moments. So wherever it feels most supported and comfortable for you. Or you can experiment, always feel free. This is your time to connect with your body, to reconnect, especially if you haven't been connected for a while. So just a few more breaths here, wherever your legs are at. And then maybe releasing that. If you've got that block underneath your sacrum, you can go ahead and release that. Release your pelvis back down. Let's push that chair out of the way. We've got our knees on the floor. And then let's go ahead and drop both of our knees over to the left. Very nice. Keeping that torso kind of centered towards the ceiling. Bring those knees back to center and drop them over to the right. And then let's take ourselves onto our sides. Slowly bringing ourselves up onto all fours. So bringing yourself up, let's do a little bit of cat and cow here. So let's round that spine, inhale. Drop that belly, exhale. Round that spine, inhale. Drop that belly, exhale. One more time, round that spine, inhale. And drop that belly, exhale. Bring ourselves to a nice seated pose, seated form, whatever that is for you, whatever feels best for you. Take a deep breath here. And a deep exhale here. One more time for that breath. Deep inhale. And a deep exhale. I'm so glad that you were able to join me today. Take as much time as you need. If you are fully centered and just like mellowed out, and take more time once we're done with this. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you next time.